adding more CO2 to the system is just, it's a good thing. So it's not pollution necessarily. The planet that we're talking about, because I completely forgot to actually say anything about that, it's called Gleba, and this is their video. A strategy is to, whenever you're doing your agriculture stuff, keep that stuff far away, very, very far away from where your base. So you're gonna have to make a new type of base defense system, and whenever they stomp, they do splash damage. All right, hello, my name is Mr. Wise Guy, and welcome to Factorio's website. Yes, there it is. There it is. We're here. And before we get into any of this, because I don't want to spoil anything yet, remember to like and subscribe, and comments are great too. Thank you very much. And let's just throw myself over here because this is a special one. This is a very special one. We have the pollution mechanics, which I think is very interesting. I'm going to talk about that first, and then we'll get straight to the new video that they showed about how you actually, with sounds and everything, with how everything works and how the game looks and the new enemies and everything like that. But the pollution mechanics, before you guys disappear from all the spoilers because you don't want that, basically it's different. So since the entire atmosphere in this planet is already CO2, adding more CO2 to the system is just, it's a good thing. Let's just say that. It's a good thing. So it's not pollution necessarily. Like carbon dioxide isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just having too much of it when we shouldn't have too much of it. That's the reason why it's a bad thing here on this planet and the first planet. But and when I say this planet, I mean the planet that I'm in, not talking about the game right now. But the pollution is only created when you start going into the agriculture like facilities, when you start making like their food. So when you produce their food and then use them in your crafting recipes, that stuff that you make draws them towards it. So the more you're producing, the more they want to go and like eat that stuff and take it, you know? So that's basically how pollution works. So a strategy is to, whenever you're doing your agriculture stuff, keep that stuff far away, very, very far away from where your base is. I think that's basically it for non-spoilers type stuff. Let's just get right into the video. Obviously, we're gonna be watching it from Factorio's YouTube channel, so let's just sit back and relax and watch this good old video. I'm gonna disappear myself for a second too. So the first thing we got is the wigglers. I think that's how you pronounce it, probably. They're basically very fragile. These seem like spawners right here, probably. And seems like they don't really, like they look like worm-like type stuff. But fire seems like to delete all these types of enemies very, very quickly. Because, well, it makes sense because you see how there's rain. This environment's very like mushy and wet. Seems like fire would be a good case scenario to delete these guys. But anyways, let's get to the next one. And I think, so these guys are very interesting. Very interesting. They're called strafers. So they literally just go and they strafe around your character and shoot these bugs at you, which indicates flying enemies, maybe in the other planets, probably, maybe. But they took the Spider-Tron mechanics from making those spider droids in the game before, and then they just put it into the different enemies, which I think this is pretty cool. Very unique design. An enemy that literally just runs around you and shoots bugs or spawner bugs that fly. So they go over defenses. And having legs like these, they also walk over your walls. It's kind of really difficult to defend against these guys. You're going to need we do have a new rocket. Do we have a new rocket defense turret? I think we do. I think we do have a new rocket defense turret. I remember reading that, but that's probably the best case of destroying these. You need something that shoots long range, or maybe artillery, probably. But yeah, but then we got the Stompers. These guys are, these guys are very, they're very, what's the word? Intimidating. Yeah, let's just say that. Very intimidating, and they do what they say. I really like the naming scheme that Factorio has. Like you got biters and spitters. And now we got strafers that literally strafe around you. And then we got stompers that literally try to stomp you. And then the wigglers, they literally just look like they just wiggle around as they move against and try to attack you. But yeah, self-explanatory. It seems like these guys have their primary damage dealing is literally stomping you. But they also have a very short range spitting mechanic when you get too close. Like if you get underneath him, I don't think he can physically stomp you when you're underneath him. I think these legs that hit the ground are the things that actually stomp you. But so I guess they made it up with a short range spitter attack. So when you're underneath, you still take damage from that spitter attack. That's pretty cool. And I like the eyes that they put on these enemies. I think they should make the eyes you see how these eyes look really pronounced on this one? They should really make it where these little tiny ones have more make the eyes more pronounced, just to give it some more similarities to how the other enemies look. I like the eyes are a very distinct feature. I think that would be really cool. These eyes look really cool, and then you see the eyes on this one; they look pretty cool too. And they're kind of distinct, but you kind of have to look for them. Kind of tiny on these. The eyes on this one makes a lot more sense because they need to be able to see very far so they can shoot stuff. And honestly, it being a spider or the spider legs, it can walk over your walls. And then when it gets destroyed, it spews out a bunch of those wigglers inside your base, basically, which kind of sucks. So you're going to have to make a new type of base defense system. And whenever they stomp, they do splash damage. So you do not want to make your bases... you don't want to have a cluster of weapons tight together because it'll just take one stomp will damage all of them at once. They also mentioned something about they mentioned another FFF, which talks about the environment of the new planet. And this is the planet that we're talking about because I completely forgot to actually say anything about that. It's called Gleba, basically the vegetation swampy type of environment, which is pretty cool. And this is their video, so we'll just watch this for a little bit. It's still a work in progress, by the way. This is only meant to showcase the environment. And there's actually one part of this environment that's not even done yet that they don't even show in this video, but I just wanted to show it because, it's a good soundtrack, honestly. I think this is what they're going to add. This might be the soundtrack for when you go onto this planet, which is pretty cool. I like the fact that they're going to have different soundtracks for different planets. Very, very nice. Oh, is that stone ore? Look at that. As you can see, work in progress. Nice. Yeah, but that's basically it. What do you guys think? Remember to like and subscribe, and comments are great too. Thank you very much. And yeah, pretty good update. Lots of spoilers, but this was a big one. Stompy time. I wonder what the other planets and their enemies are going to be like. I think one planet isn't even going to have enemies, maybe. I think. Which will be very interesting, actually. That would be very interesting. Thanks for watching.